All right, so I want to jump in here on the micro E-minis real quick. I did end up getting in another trade because I saw a really good setup here on the 30-minute chart. You see, we've straight arrow up all day. We got this wick. We've had no pullbacks on the 30-minute, like nothing. There's nothing here. I got this big wick. So usually when you get you get these big old 30-minute candles, you're going to get a decent pullback at some point. Okay. You get this big old 30-minute candle. Look at that reversal, right? And then even at the end of this 30-minute candle, you had this decent pullback, like, 30% into that bearish candle. We haven't had any pullbacks today. So I did jump in up here. I jumped in on a trade. I bought 2 contracts across 4 accounts, so a total of 8. And I'm just waiting for this thing to have a little pullback. I'm not looking for much. I'm looking at maybe like top of this wick, okay, maybe like 6103, somewhere around there. And that's also the tops here. That's near the prior day high. So looking for a little pullback like that. Nothing crazy. Here, let me pull this thing up here. I need to figure out how to fix this and get this thing to float on top all the time. All right. So show you my let's see, got that guy there. So here's my trade. I'm negative right now. I'm like 20 bucks in the hole or whatever. So you see I was up to 210 earlier today. I went in this trade. I got in, I thought it was going up here, and it hasn't gone yet. It's been going against me a little bit, but it's just farting around in this area. But I'm certain this thing's about to have a pullback. This is a 10,000 tick chart, and when you break the upper Bollinger on a 10,000 tick chart, and you get all these candle closures outside, like, do you realize how greedy that is? Super rare. You see what happened here, right? Like last time that happened, you had these candles busting out and closing above, and look at that reversal, right? It's pretty substantial. Same thing here. You had these candles close below, and look at that reversal, right? So it doesn't look like much, but you're 60, 61 up to like 60, 83. So it's a decent little move. And I'm expecting a decent move here because this thing isn't going anywhere. It's literally just been bouncing around above the Bollingers for a little while now. So I'm looking to pull out, uh, you know, 2 of the contracts here. And, oh, wait, that's all my contract. I don't want to pull them all out. I was only wanting to pull 50%. Yeah, maybe I'll take them all. Let's see where it gets me when we get to that point. See what my profit levels are. Um, I'm shooting for at least like 50 bucks or something. Try and get this up a little bit. Maybe, get my account up to like, 275. If we could push 300, that'd be nice. Um, like I said, 200 is my goal. But I saw such a key setup here. It was like, hey, man, this thing's, pretty certain we're going to have a good little move. And here we go. You see it's pulling back into the Bollinger. And don't expect it to, especially when you're on this high tick chart, it's like a 10,000 tick chart, don't expect it to blow past prior tops, topping wicks and whatnot. It likes to find support in these areas. So at best, it might come down to like here. But I'm getting out pretty conservative this high. That's pretty conservative. I should have went in with a little bit more size. But like I said, yesterday I was humbled, and I'm um, trying not to ask too much of the market. I'm trying to just take my little slice of pie, be happy, move on. So you see on the 30-minute chart, you get this wick. Now you're getting this wicking kind of, topping a bear candle there. It's a dual wicks, same spot. It's like a double top on the 30-minute. Kind of same thing here. So you got both these tops. Boom, little dip back. Both these tops dip back. So you got, kind of like a little triple bottom. This one went quite a ways. But you got this bottom here. It was just bottoming here, went up. There's a tweezer top right here. I like it. I'm probably getting out a little shy. I should probably be around 60.99, maybe 6100. They love round numbers. I'm gonna pull out one on there. I'll just pull out one contract right here at 103. And then I'd like to take the rest out down here. But there's no guarantee that it's going to get down there. Small moves, guys. Small moves. Not asking for the moon and stars. But if I would have had some size, right? So I've got 2 contracts. If I would have had 20 contracts, I'd be at like $2,500 right now. I'd cash out. But I'm trying to baby these PAs so I don't bust my trailing thresholds. I'm really trying to baby my trades and take it easy. I can't disappoint my wife again. She's going to make me quit trading if I keep blowing accounts. So I told her my goal is $1 million in 12 months. And let's see if I can get there. I'm trying to build these accounts up right now. Get a nice cushion, on the Apex accounts, so you can trade up to 20 accounts. I've got 4. I plan on getting the rest once I become successful on the 4 that I have. Then I plan on buying the rest of the accounts, and my goal is to make $10,000 a month on 4 accounts. Once I hit my profit targets, then I'm gonna buy. I'll buy the other accounts and get myself up to 20 accounts. But I'm just going for these little base hits like this. Okay. It's going to pull out a contract on me here pretty quick, and I'll be out of half of my position. I'm going to leave the other half, I think, to run down here to this 60.97 level. I actually may want to get this up above these tops. So we'll pull out the rest right here. It's at a high volume node. See that high volume? Right across these tops, okay? Right across those tops. So, and this thing could pull back. I mean, this thing could pull all the way back to the freaking 50. And if it does, great. But I won't be around for that because I got other things I need to do today. But it's really nice, man. I love the markets because you can jump in here and you can, even if you got a full-time job, whatever, you can just come in the market. You can grab some quick trades before you head off to work, and make all your money in the market before you go to work and do whatever you do for a living. It's just a beautiful gift. And it is 11:30. 11:30 is usually my cutoff.
Order filled.
I don't like to trade. I don't like to trade past 11:30, but I do. I'm not going to say I don't. I do it all the time, but I shouldn't. In fact, I'm getting close to my goal. I hope I hit 300 here. If I hit 300, I'll just cash out because I'd be really happy with 300. It's $1,200 for the day, and I can get going. I'm gonna stick around here all day. Yeah, it's struggling right here. So that is a nice top, though. It's a super nice top. It's coming down here, man. 60.90, guarantee. It's coming down to 60.90. You watch. I could actually throw a stop order up here if I wanted to, and probably just set my TP right there at 60.90. I mean, it doesn't have to. You have a lot of tops here. You got a lot of tops there. So, this is actually a good stopping point. But because this was so bullish, you haven't had a good pullback, you've got a really good tweezer top going on. I think it's time to have a healthy pullback. Give the bears some lunch, right? While the bulls digest all their profits for the day. They never make it easy on you. Look at these wicks. Those wicks suck. Yeah, but I think it's going at least to this 20. Sometimes the market's boring. Part of the reason this is so boring is I'm on a 10,000 tick chart. If I throw this into like 1,000 ticks, okay, watch the difference. See how much more choppy that is? Like it's freaking all over the place, right? But look at how bearish it is, like solid red. They're trying to bounce a little bit right here, and they'll get a little bit of a bounce, but look, they've already busted down below the 50 moving average. So it might come up here, and you get something up there, but I don't think it's going to all time highs here. Could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. It did hit the bottom Bollinger. That's why we're getting a decent little bounce. So usually when it hits the bottoms like that, then you do get these bounces, right? Look at that. Hits the bottom here, boom. Okay. Hit the bottom, kept going a little bit, boom, bounced. So when it hits the tops and the bottoms, it's usually when you get your bouncing. Now because it's bouncing here, it's coming into a squeeze, or this is getting narrow. And because of the price action that I'm seeing on like a 30-minute chart, I do feel like, yeah, this is probably having a little pullback here. And then it's probably going to go. But you see, we hit that top. Look at how perfectly we hit that top. Right off the top. I might want to cash this. Oh, just so I don't got to sit through the pain, But I think likely it's you can have a little bit of a pullback here, and then I think tops are going to fall again. You come down, hit my TP, it's probably cruising down to the 200. Look at this bullishness. But it's nice when you're in profits, because it can get you a nice little spike and it doesn't scare the crap out of you. So right now it's like, basically I'm still in profit, about $25 or so from where I was before I went in this trade. So even if it came all the way against me and this one became a loss or a wash, I'd still be up. It's just nice taking off half your position because it takes away your stress. A lot of guys would add to their position here, and they would add to their short position. I'm not going to add, just because I think that they've got more room to go up here if they want to. But the other thing, look at this. Look at these trend lines on this RSI. Okay. You get this pullback, break, up. Okay. Pullback, break, up. You get this move up, break, down. RSI trend lines are pretty cool. So we're forming a new one right now. right here. Forming a new trend line right here. And so you want to watch this thing as it cruises and take note when it breaks. Because when that line breaks, you're likely to go for another little dip. How far can you dip? I mean, you can go quite a ways. If this market's wanting to turn and to take it down to the 200, I won't complain. I hope my TP right here gets me to about 300. If it does, that'd be beautiful. See, it's breaking this line. Okay. But it could just be validating, and then I may have to move the line down like this. Because it hasn't, this little up move hasn't really had a pullback yet. If it's going to continue up, it's going to pull back and then go. And then that would be my positioning point for this RSI trend line. So, but if it keeps going and wanting to break and keeps pushing, it can do, like I said earlier, I said it can come up with this Bollinger and just push against that Bollinger all day. And that's pretty much what it did. When you go to like a 2-minute chart, okay, or even a 1 minute, go to a 1 minute chart, and we throw these Bollingers on there. Look at that. It came up. And I said this earlier in my earlier video. I took some trades this morning. That's where I got to where I am right now in my profit. But I said this is coming up to the Bollinger, and it could just ride that Bollinger all day long. It could just ride it all morning and just take it up. It doesn't have to. You don't have to reverse when you bust through like this. You could just come back to the 20 and then ride it up. Back to the 20, ride it up. This 20 is so powerful. 20 is an amazing moving average. So I love this on the 1 minute chart. We're looking great for a continuation down towards the top of this descending trend line break. We're looking for, we're looking good for a continuation down maybe to the prior day high to validate the top of that. Resistance becomes support, stuff like that. However, see how this is popping up right here? I don't like this. When the RSI pops up above its MA and does a little catch, I don't like that. I like it if I'm a bull. This is what I look for if I'm a bull. But if I'm in a short position and the RSI does this, that sucks. I don't like that. The only thing that's saving me right now is we have a bearish wick here, right at the 50. And then this thing's like saying that it almost wants to make a double top on the RSI, yet it's nowhere near making a double top here. So it's throwing a little bit of divergence. But with as close as we are to this bottom Bollinger, I don't know if this thing's going to tank. The other crappy thing is when you come into a squeeze, when this thing breaks and it goes one direction or the other, it goes pretty quick. So if this comes down and catches again and then goes, I'm out. I'm out of this trade. If it breaks through the MA and looks like it wants to go down here again, then I'll probably stay in, for another little move, maybe down to the low or a lower low. Get rid of the Bollingers, clears things up a little bit. You're getting the 20 crossover on the 50. That's showing some, definitely the tides are changing a little bit. And now we're creating another little wedge. Okay. So look at this. Right here. I'm thinking this wants to break to the downside. Looks to me like it wants to break to the downside. If it does, that'd be wonderful. That'd be great. I'd take it down to this prior day, probably the prior day high. Although who knows how long it's going to take to get there. Um, Maybe I'd take profit out. See, I could have taken all my profit out right there. But if it breaks this wedge, then yeah, it's likely coming down here to this PDH. There we go. Sometimes they break and fake. So don't get too excited. This fair value gap right here was created when this bearish candle blew past that green candle, and then these wicks didn't come back up and retest it. So you're creating another fair value gap here. You start getting a bunch of fair value gaps in a row. It's like, okay, yeah, the tides have turned a little bit here. You see, you had a bunch of bullish fair value gaps. So now they're coming back and they're wanting to kind of retest these probably. So I would say there's a pretty high chance that they are coming back to this prior day high. And they're wanting to retest some of these bullish fair value gaps. The bulls just, stair stepped all morning. Fair value gaps are one way that you can find your stair steps, right? To see that, yeah, the market's going up. And every time it comes back and hits a fair value gap, you look at see how the price action is forming near those fair value gaps and the moving averages, and that'll give you an indication of, if you're supposed to go more long or not. So this morning I drew this little breakout, right? We had this little wedge, and I drew that thing on the 5-minute chart. So that was right here. And I said, when this thing breaks out of the wedge, it's going to go bullish. And sure enough, it did. It broke out of the wedge, came back down, retested the wedge on a 5-minute candle, gave you a nice tail bar, bullish tail bar, and it was history from there, right? Came up, you hit the tops. Where are you hitting the top? Well, right here at my R1. Okay, I had an R1 line. This is my pivot points. Okay, on TradingView, you got pivot points. So this is a resistance line. I had an alert set here as, kind of the top. And you see that it blew right through it, and then it came there, and now it's busting back through the other side. So this was supposed to be resistance. It broke right through resistance. Now it's coming back down and saying, hey, wait a minute, where are you going? Like, we need to validate this thing. And the way we're on top of the 20 here, and we're at this fair value gap, this isn't super bearish. Do I think we're coming down? Yeah, I think we're probably dropping one more low down into this area. But you got to get through all the resistance of this 20 right now and all the resistance of this very bullish fair value gap. And so it could fart around in here for a little bit, could even come up and try to make you look bullish again, and then hit come tap that line and then go. Let's see where we're at on here. It's $20, 260. Would have been better off taking it all off earlier. Boring. Watching paint dry. Oh, trading's boring. Watching paint dry. Oof. If you're excited about trading, you have the wrong mindset. You can't be excited. Because excitement creates emotion, and emotion creates losses. So one of the things Oliver Velez teaches is, trading is supposed to be boring. You want to have fun? You want exciting? Go to Disneyland. This ain't exciting, man. If you're excited right now, oh, dude, you know, trust me, I've been excited. I've been excited. I was getting a little bit excited yesterday. That's why I got my butt handed to me. Up $2,400, and then just got smoked. Just got smoked. Ended the day with like $200. Anyhow, get used to this boring stuff. This is why I got in here. It went against me a little bit, but I took out my position here. Why? Because I don't like waiting. I'm kind of impatient. I think this is why I tend to lean more towards being a scalper. Um, I just don't like waiting for those big moves. I don't like waiting through all this consolidation and ranging, and it's just it's annoying. I got better things to do. I don't like wasting my time staring at a screen all day. Um, that's why I'm a little bit more of a scalper. I don't know who likes watching paint dry. Who likes watching grass grow? If you put it on a time lapse video or something, that'd be cool. Like maybe not the paint, but I'll watch grass grow. But this is more boring than watching grass grow. I'm tempted to take out my position, even though I'm confident it's going here. And I could just shut off the video. I could throw a stop up here, and then if I get stopped out, whatever, I'm still in profit. Um, but I don't like having stops that tight. If I put a stop, it'd be up here, and then that turns this trade into a wash. And so if I'm going to walk away, I would almost rather just take my little measly profit that I have and jump out of the market and then come back later, because every day there's new trades. Like you're not going to miss anything. You're not going to miss anything. Look at all this. Look at all this congestion. So much congestion right here. All these bulls trying to take everything back. And the bears are like, dude, we want to go to the 200. So, I don't know. I feel like if it gets down there, I should just grab it and be done. Now I got to sit through another bounce, if I plan on staying in here. But you've got, yeah, see, it's about to bust this trend line. You got this little descending deal right here. And if it breaks that, then I'm in this for the long haul, and it's breaking it. So I'm done. If it even gives, if it even takes it, it's passing my orders right now. Come on, don't be a jerk.
Order filled.
There we go. Now it'll probably go down. Now that I bailed. It's usually how it works, right? They make you think they're busting a trend line, and then they go bearish on you. But whatever. It's I don't like boring. I don't like boring. If I would have got in up here, that would have been cool. Then that's not boring, because I'm making money all day long. But because I got in here, I had to wait through all this. This was just sucks. Waiting, and then finally I start making a little bit of money. But then I got to sit through this again. Waiting. Like, come on, man. Are they going down? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going down. Pretty sure. There they go. But yeah, if you're impatient, you might want to be a scalper. In and out. You're not looking and waiting for these giant moves. If you're not impatient and you're good with like setting a stop loss and setting a TP, like trying to make home runs, then you'd probably be a better swing trader. Be a better swing trader, because you can study the market, figure out where you want to get in, where you want to get out, and then set your stuff and then go do your thing. If you work a full-time job, that might be a better way for you. So you don't have to sit at a computer all day or for hours a day. But that's it, man. Those are my trades for the day. I'll do a little recap real quick. In the morning, I got in right here. Okay, we had, and I was not on the, I was on the 1,000 tick chart in the morning. So market opened up right around here, and I wanted to get in up here on this candle, but I didn't get filled, so I ended up getting in like down here. It busted the 20 moving average. I was like, crap, I missed it. And then we had a little pullback on this green candle, and that's where I got in. I'm like, okay, it gave me a little bit. I got in there because I would have got in, on this tail bar right here. But I didn't get filled. I was trying to get filled like right here. So I took this down, took half off there, took the other chunk off there, and then I got into we came down to an extreme here, big bearish bar, and then we get this green, and then this little reversal pattern. So I jumped in a call here, took off half my position. Yeah, right there somewhere, right here. Took off half my position when we hit the 20 and the 50, right in that area, and then I let the rest ride up to right here. Okay, so that was my second trade. I think that got me up to like 140, 150 bucks or something, and that was by 9:45. 15 minutes in the market. Two tiny little trades, baby little trades, very conservative, low risk. Jumped in here on another call because I saw this another bullish pattern, and we had this is where we had that wedge forming on the 5-minute chart, and so we had this breakout. So I jumped over here on my tick chart and I said, okay, it's time to jump in on a call here, and I took out a little bit there, I took out the rest there. So another little scalp brought me up, close to 200 bucks or something like that. And that was by 10 o'clock. So a half hour in the market, I'm up 200 bucks across 4 accounts. It's $800 in a half hour. Who makes that kind of money? And some of these guys, these trading guys, like, oh, home run, $50,000. Yeah, I'll get there. Right now, I'm just trying to hit my profit targets for my PAs. Look at what would have happened if I would have stayed in. Dang, man, I just need to be a little bit more patient and wait for it. I would have done pretty good. Anyhow, it doesn't matter, man. There's trades every day. So I got in on a short here. It was a little early. And I realized that. So when it came up, I was trying to get filled up here. I couldn't get filled, so I ended up getting filled like around here. So I added a little bit more to my trade, and then I took it out there, and then I was waiting for it to get down to the 50. It didn't quite get to the 50. I started getting a little bit of a reversal here on this green, and I'm like, okay, I'm not waiting for it to get to the 50, so I pulled out the rest right there. And then these were the couple trades you saw me come in. So it came up, it started going back again. I don't know why I got in here. This must have looked different on like the 1-minute chart. Let's see, that was at 11:02. So at 11:02 on the 1-minute chart, let's see what we were looking at. 10:43, 10:55, 11 o'clock. So yeah, so I thought this was there, and I thought here, and then I got some tail bars, and I thought, okay, it's gonna go right. I was getting the RSI, it was coming up, it was bouncing off the moving average. A lot of times when it bounces off the moving average, it's an indication it's going lower, but it ends up bouncing a little bit and then coming back in. Okay, so it didn't quite go here or here. It came up a little bit more, made a double top, and then it farted around. This is the impatience, and then boom, right there, it went. Okay, but that's fine. I was in the trade back here. I got in a little more like right there, and then it went here. You saw where I took out my positions. I took off some of my position here, and took off the rest. Actually, I took off some here. Took off the rest like there. I should have waited. I knew it was going to the 200. And, quite honestly, it's probably going further. The way this 20 average is looking and the 50, and they're pointing down, and you have a little spring back, far around in there, and then probably bust through that 200 and go even lower. But I don't have time to wait around for it today, and I am up $253 across 4 accounts. So we're sitting at $1,000 for the day. Very modest. It's 11:58. It's before 12 o'clock. That's my goal. I want to be done out of the market before 12 o'clock, and so I can get about my life. And I'm up $1,000 in 2.5 hours. Not a bad gig, man. Not a bad gig. Now I can go make more money flipping houses and doing the other stuff I do, having a life and spending time with my kids and my wife. And yeah, I love it, man. The market is a wonderful, beautiful thing. Trade with me, subscribe, thumbs up, like the video. I hope I'm helping you out a little bit with the way I'm explaining things. If you don't have tick charts, it's no big deal. You can use the 1 minute chart is fairly similar to a tick chart, if you ask me. There's just a little bit more noise on a 1 minute, and it depends on what you're trading, right? It's going to be different across all the indices and the different stocks and cryptos and forex and all that. But I trade the micro E-mini futures, and that's generally what I trade. If I do options, I'm doing like the S&P options or SPX. But I haven't really been doing options. I lost some decent money on options and my own personal money. Now that I'm trading PAs, I'm looking forward to trading other people's money. For me, the stock market, anything like business, stock market, real estate, whatever you're doing, the golden rule is other people's money, man. You don't use your own money. So that doesn't mean you can't ever use your own money. It just means, it's smarter to use other people's money. So if you have the chance of getting a prop account, right, through Apex, you get a $50,000 account for $35 a month with the discount code. So check out my video, and there should be a link in there for a discount code if you want to get in and get an Apex account. It's $35 a month. And if you pass the eval, you'll get a PA, you get a performance account, and then in your performance account, you can get payouts. That's what I'm working on right now. I've already passed the evals. I'm on my performance accounts, and once they realize that, wow, this guy's actually a real trader, he knows what he's doing, he's making money, he's getting payouts, we're having to pay him every month, every week, whatever, then they're actually going to give you a phone call, most likely, and tell you, hey, man, we've got another program for you. You're a real trader. Let's get you doing this. So that's my understanding of how it works, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the second half of my life. I'm going to master the markets, and looking forward to jumping in here every day, doing a short video, recapping some trades, just keeping everybody posted on what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. And for now, signing off.